Hey, this is Mandy from This Lovely Path, and today I wanted to share with you guys some natural remedies that work for my family to fight a seasonal cold. I get asked my opinion and advice a lot on natural remedies, and I am by no means an expert. I'm not trained in homeopathy or herbology or anything like that, so do your own research. I'm not a doctor. Check with your own medications that you're taking for interactions, all that kind of stuff, right? Because we have to say that because people are watching. But this is what works for my family. I'm going to give you 5 remedies to fight a cold and then 5 remedies that we use to help with coughing and respiratory issues. So 10 altogether that work for our family. Okay, the first one, and I should say, I'm one of those people, I don't just use like 1 or 2 things. When we start to get something, I kind of just throw everything we have at it. So, like I said, I feel comfortable mixing these. If you were going to, look it up yourself. So the first thing I do is elderberry. I make a syrup drink out of it. You can do this many different ways. You can buy a pre-made syrup or tincture in a health food store or health food section of a supermarket. I buy dried elderberries. I make sure they're organic, and I usually get the Frontier brand, and they need to be a certain kind, the Sambucus nigra. I'm not sure how to say that. So just search which elderberries you should use. I get them in a dry 1-pound bag at a time. I keep them in my freezer, and then I make the syrup as needed. Some people say the syrup lasts a really long time, like up to a year. I have not found that for me, and I don't know why. So check. I keep it in the fridge after I make it into the syrup. And just take a tablespoon or 2 here or there throughout the day. I just made this yesterday because I'm starting to get something, so I'm trying to fight it off. This stuff it works. It's potent. It's not good. It does not taste good. I'm not a fan of the taste. I'll leave the recipe that I use is through Gwen's Nest. But it's all over. So if you just do a Google search on how to make elderberry syrup, you'll find one, and just find one that fits your needs. And this one contains honey and apple cider vinegar. You basically heat the elderberries to boiling, let them sit and soak, and pull out all those juices. And then once it's cooled, you add the apple cider vinegar and the honey. You do not want to add honey during the cooking process because that's going to break down all those natural antiviral, antibacterial properties of the honey. So you want that preserved using it at room temperature. I will sometimes add to this, excuse me, when I made this recipe yesterday, I added dried rose hips for vitamin C content. Now, I buy rose hips in the same bags that I buy the elderberries in, just dried rose hips. You can wild forage those yourself, but they just are additional thing you don't need, but I put them in. Another thing that we use to fight a cold when it starts coming on is olive leaf extract, whole leaf olive extract. This stuff is, once again, nasty tasting, but it works really well and it knocks it out pretty quickly. This particular one is through the Herb Farm, which is actually located where I used to live. But you can get it online. You can find other brands. Of course, I personally always recommend getting organic so that you know it hasn't been radiated or sprayed with pesticides and herbicides. But this particular one, let me see where the serving size is. So basically take up to 40 drops in 2 ounces of water or juice 2 to 4 times a day. I don't necessarily follow that. I just kind of put a whole dropper full in a shot of water and down it. So olive leaf extract. This one's kind of controversial. I know some people don't like to use this. We use silver. I use this sparingly. I'm not one of the people who uses it as a maintenance thing. I just use it when we're starting to come down with something. I think this is a great for killing bacteria and stuff. I will also actually use this on wounds sometimes, just throwing that out there. But this is something, it's bioactive silver hydrosol, and this kills basically everything. So look it up yourself and decide if this is for you, if you wanted to take this. But we take silver. This is in a spray, but they also have droppers and that kind of stuff. We also take zinc. I'm out of zinc right now. I don't know how I ran out of it, but zinc is another great one for fighting colds. And then the fifth and last one is, I buy this product through Boiron, I believe is how it's pronounced. This is a company out of France that does homeopathic medicine, and I love their stuff. This is for colds, obviously, and you just basically melt the, these are bigger ones. They do make tubes that have like the tiny little homeopathic tablets that dissolve faster for children. But these just dissolve under your tongue and they work great. And I take these as soon as I feel something coming on. And I strongly believe that this is very helpful. This company also makes a product for flu that works incredibly well. Okay, now the 5 remedies for fighting a cough that we use. The first one I do not have because well, actually I don't have 2 of them. The 2 that we are out of currently are pineapple juice, organic pineapple juice. And I just get it in like the glass bottles in the juice section. Get 100% pineapple juice. Don't get it mixed with anything else. Pineapple juice has, now I'm going to forget what the ingredient is. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm forgetting this. It has something in it that fights a cough, and it will help calm that respiratory system down if you're coughing a lot at night or something. A little bit of pineapple juice, and I keep that in my medicine cabinet. Obviously, once it's open, it goes in the fridge, and we just drink it. But I always keep a bottle in my medicine cabinet. I always keep grape juice in my medicine cabinet too, and I will share that in another video. But the pineapple juice is for colds, and so a bottle will stay up there until it needs to be cracked open to calm someone's cough down. The other thing that we are currently out of for adults is blackberry brandy. A shot before bed will keep your bronchial airways open and keep you from coughing all night. That works really well for my husband, who anytime he comes down with any sort of viral illness, it settles in his lungs and he sounds like he has horrible pneumonia, but he never does. He just coughs a lot and sounds horrible. And the blackberry brandy works for him to sleep. Another product that I buy, and you can probably make this yourself. I just tend to buy this product. It's based, wild cherry bark is the base. This is what I give my children when they're coughing a lot. This is through Honey Gardens. There are several different brands. I like this one, so I use it. It also has propolis, which propolis is great for fighting illnesses too, and that is from bees. So that's extracted. But this has propolis and apple cider vinegar also, and this is and it has ginger and licorice root. Oh, licorice root is great too. Oh, see, I'm remembering all these other remedies I use. Slippery elm bark is another one that I don't have down here. So slippery elm, licorice root, I do have those, and I use those for coughs, and I totally forgot when I was starting to make this. So, but this is a great little, it's, you know, a pre-made mixture, and I can give this to my kids safely, and this works really well. And it says the serving size is a teaspoon. I can actually, for me, and I'm, you know, not tiny, take a 1/4 teaspoon and it works for me. So, because I'm pretty sensitive to medicine. So this is great. Honey, you can't go wrong with honey for both fighting the illness and then soothing the cough. My kids will get a spoonful of honey if they are coughing or their throats are sore or anything like that. Make sure when you buy honey that you are looking for local, raw, unfiltered honey. If you get filtered, pasteurized honey, you've killed a lot of the stuff. If you get those traditional, straight off the shelf in the grocery store, little honey bears, it's probably high fructose corn syrup and not actually honey. So honey is just all around. I make sure I never run out of honey for a variety of reasons. My kids will take some in a little bit of hot water and a little bit of hot peppermint tea and the throat coat tea. Just by itself, I will mix a little bit of honey with a little bit of apple cider vinegar, which obviously these two products are also in my elderberry syrup that I make. I hate this stuff, you guys. I am not one of those people that likes this taste, and I know that like the Good Girl Moonshine and all those things are really popular right now. I hate it. It makes me gag, but it works. You cannot beat apple cider vinegar and honey in combination. And the final thing that we do to help fight colds and in particular the airways and respiratory system is eucalyptus and cedar wood. I can't say a whole lot about oils. I do not sell them. I am not an MLM distributor. These are obviously not an MLM brand, but I know that the FDA is watching and I can't say much, but I will diffuse these or put them on the chest with a carrier if needed for respiratory issues. So that's it. Those are my main cold ones. So we have elderberry in combination with apple cider vinegar, unheated honey, and sometimes rose hips for vitamin C content. Olive leaf extract, silver, zinc, these cold calm tablets from Boiron, Boiron, in case you're looking it up. And then for the actual cough and respiratory system, honey and apple cider vinegar, slippery elm bark. You can get those in capsules. You can get those in like bags with the actual bark where you're making it into a tea or tincture yourself. Licorice root, blackberry brandy, organic pineapple juice, 100%, eucalyptus and cedar wood, and the wild cherry bark cold medicine, which I don't even know where I put that, but that brand in particular was through Honey Gardens. I will leave links below. I am not affiliated with any of these products. I get no money from any of these products. These are just things that work for my family. Once again, do your own research if you decide to use any of these. I get asked a lot, like seriously, like 3 texts probably on average a week with friends and family messaging me or texting me, asking me for help with this kind of stuff. And I have a friend who's been asking me for this video for over a year now. So Dusty, I finally got it up. So that's what we do for colds. I will have more videos out later this week for other natural remedies that we use in our house. And I hope you'll join us. Thanks.